I got one more bone to pick, but I'll let you say it yourself, and then I'll give you my, my 2 cents, or I'll put in my two. I'll say what I'm gonna say.
My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives.
Okay, so now that you've had a whole group of rioters go and tear up the Capitol, now you want a seamless transition. Now you want to make peace. Now you want to make amends. Yeah, you got what you wanted. They tore up the Capitol. You had a whole bunch of people. You have a whole bunch of people who believe that uh the election is rigged, and you have a whole bunch of supporters that are willing to support you by going to the White House and saying so. So you got what you wanted. You knew that you had a whole bunch of support. You knew that your influence, but to say that now, it's like you already know. How do I say this? To say later on, after you've consistently up to this point, even during this speech, to you consistently had this rhetoric, or have had this narrative that the election was fraudulent, and now you're saying I want to, you know, seamlessly. I just want to make this a seamless transition. I want to make this a smooth transition. You're the one who's in the way. You're the one who's causing um, blockage. You're the one who's stopping the process. You're the one in front of it. If you said, "Hey, I accept the election results. I accept the fact that I lost," cool. This would be all over with. We wouldn't have to talk about this. What happened yesterday wouldn't have happened. But hey, since that's not the case, since you consistently said I didn't lose the election, it was rigged. It was rigged against me. Which, by the way, how explain this to me? You are one of the richest men. You're one of the most influential men. You have a whole bunch of supporters. You have a whole bunch of people who voted for you. You lost. Okay, let's go back to another point in time of history. Do you remember the point in which you were impeached? Yes, you did in fact get impeached. But guess what? The other part of that didn't go to trial, so you got impeached once, but the other half of the impeachment didn't go through. So that in fact happened. So I don't understand why it's such a mind-boggling idea to think that you might not be president again. Of course, in your mind, you can't ever lose, especially not to Sleepy Joe. Oh no, 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 that's a problem. Okay, so you're so stuck on this idea that you can't lose, that there's no way you lost, that you can't come to terms with it, and you have consistently been in the way of the process of transition. And yet you're saying now, oh, I'm just trying to ensure a seamless transition. Sure. Now that you got what you wanted, now that you know you have a whole bunch of support from a whole bunch of people who believe that you won, and they think that the election is fraudulent, you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted out of this. So yeah, of course you do. Now you got your little party. You got everyone supporting you and trying to overturn the government, but at this point you already realize you can't do anything because you realize you didn't win. or we've taken every legal avenue. No, you've tried to get snakes and get people who can basically cheat for you. Like I said, the call between Georgia was very revealing because you're basically begging that man, begging the person that you were talking to on the phone, hey, give me a few more votes. Come on, you can do this for the president. You can do this for me. You can, yeah, you don't have to tell anybody. Okay, okay. So that's what we're doing now. We're changing elections and changing votes so you can win because you want to win because you know that's your boy, that's your buddy. He's gonna do what you want him to do. Okay, so if that's what we're doing, how do we have any integrity in our democracy? But you say, I'm just trying to restore the integrity in our democracy. You obviously aren't. You're just trying to win. You're just trying to do it by any means possible. So, yeah. You saying that now is kind of after the fact. But hey, I mean, at least you're finally admitting it. At least you're finally coming to terms and saying, hey, let's have a seamless transition. But again, it's after the fact. It doesn't feel like it's genuine. It doesn't feel like it's something that you had. It doesn't seem like a place that. It doesn't seem like what you're saying matches your actions. That's the simple way of putting it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. You could think whatever you want about the election. You could think you want about this our democracy. But at the end of the day, you can't expect people to have faith in democracy if you're telling people that um your loss was because of a fraudulent election, and then on top of that, not having the evidence. I'm gonna leave that there. But basically, the point saying the point that I'm trying to make, saying I want a seamless transition now seems like an after the fact statement. That's about it. God, deuces.